When it comes to WWE, one of their favorite things to do is throw couples together and do shocking and scandalous moments that'll get people to talk about them in one way or another. So when it comes to shocking and unexpected kisses, you can bet that they have a lot of them on hand to talk about. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 6. Otis and Mandy Rose. Let's start off with one that is happening right now in WWE, because this most certainly is one that is unexpected. Mandy Rose came to the WWE as a part of the NXT, and then got called up to WWE proper as a part of the group known as Absolution, then became a tag team called Fire and Desire. Her gimmick is very simple. She's meant to be the hottest woman in the roster. Her entrance theme even takes that further, with the camera getting steamy when she comes to the ring. Otis came to the WWE via NXT, as well as a part of the tag team known as Heavy Machinery. They too had a simple gimmick. They were very big and heavy guys who could throw their weight around and prove that they were some of the strongest around, and it very much worked. But when you look at Otis, he's not exactly Prince Charming, and so of course WWE decided quite randomly, hey, what if we did an arc of these two being together? And fast forward a few months and we're still in this storyline, including Otis saving Mandy Rose from elimination at the Royal Rumble by using his girth to break her fall and kissing her at the same time. Personally, I think this storyline is a bit insulting, not the least of which is because they're trying to show that Otis has magnetism that attracts Mandy Rose, and most of the fans aren't buying it at all. This is supposedly meant to be comedic, and yet they're dedicating lots of time to it, including a recent Valentine's Day episode where they build up the first date between Otis and Mandy, and then they have it ruined by another wrestler. Many fans are hoping that this storyline ends sooner rather than later, but given WWE's love of scandalous storylines, we shouldn't expect that at all. Speaking of which, Number 5. Lana and Lashley. If you want to talk about unexpected storylines that have lasted way too long and don't deserve to see the light of day anymore, but is still managing to be pushed to high heaven, then you have to look at the very unexpected relationship between Lana and Bobby Lashley. This thing came out of nowhere so fast we're still suffering from whiplash. Lana has been in the WWE for quite a while now, and she started out as a manager and supporter of the wrestler known as Rusev, who for a long time was one of the best heels in the business and one of the best wrestlers on the brand. He still is, but he really isn't getting used as often. On screen, they weren't a couple, but off screen, they were. And eventually they got married in such a public way that certain WWE storylines had to be shifted. She was dating Dolph Ziggler in one storyline, which, if we're being honest, is just part of the business. Anyway, in 2019, something very random and weird happened. Despite the WWE knowing that the fans knew that Lana and Rusev were married, they started a storyline with her having an affair with Bobby Lashley, another longtime WWE star. What was the reasoning? It's WWE. It was stupid and it doesn't bear mentioning. The point here is that the storyline was so dumb and terrible, and yet they kept force-feeding it to the fans. Not only were they kissing, they were doing very intimate scenes together, which is interesting considering WWE is trying to be PG rated, and the fans were hating it. And then, to make matters even worse, they had Lana and Rusev get divorced on live TV. Right. And then have Lana and Rusev get married in a sequence that I swear wouldn't have been shot for a B-grade horror film. And on top of that, it ended with wrestler Liv Morgan coming out and saying Lana was a lesbian. Forget unexpected, this is just painful. And WWE refuses to, of course, correct because they think they have something here. Can you tell I hated this storyline? Good, now we can move on. Number 4. Mickie James on an interviewer. One of the things that you can most definitely expect from wrestlers is real human emotion when they win a title. It may be true that they know that they're going to win a title beforehand, but it doesn't make it any less real when they get it. A great example of this is with Mickie James, a woman who has wrestled in WWE and other companies for many years, and is honestly one of the best women's wrestlers of the last decade or so. When she won the women's championship one time, you could tell that she was overcome with emotion. So much so that when she was being interviewed about winning the title, she couldn't help but kiss the guy interviewing her, and you could tell that this wasn't planned. But hey, good on you, man. I bet that's one memory you won't forget. Number 3. Outfoxed. This one falls into the realm of cheesy and forced more than anything else, but it is one heck of a visual. Noam Dar was known as the Scottish Casanova for various reasons, and for one storyline he tried to get the attention and affection of longtime wrestler Alicia Fox. He did the basic Casanova thing of trying to woo her and all of that, and then one time he went and did the typical going in for a kiss but waiting for her to do the same. Instead of that, she grabs him, swings him down dramatically, and then kisses him. For quite a bit. Even Noam was shocked by how much this worked in his favor, and a hilarious moment was born. Number 2. Big Red Smooch. Remember when I said that WWE loved to do mismatched couples and have them smooch somewhat randomly? Few instances of this was as funny and perfect as Kane getting kissed by AJ Lee. Kane is the Big Red Machine, and one of the WWE characters who are supposed to be monsters and thus shouldn't have relationships. And don't bring up Katie Vick. And as for AJ Lee, she was a fan favorite who didn't mind being a little wild and crazy, including kissing Kane in a moment that I'm sure no one saw coming. Number 1. And he's out. I'll give it to WWE, when it comes to when to drop a kiss, they can sometimes get really creative with it. It's rare, but they do make it work. A great example happened at the Royal Rumble one time where Beth Phoenix made history as the second woman to ever be led into the usually all-male event, Chyna being the first. The only problem for her was that one of the people she had to try and throw out of the ring was the 7-foot-tall monster known as the Great Khali. Beth was strong, but not that strong. So what does she do? What do you think? She kisses him and uses that to throw him out of the ring. Was it cheesy? In every way. But that was one heck of a way to make history. Because unlike Chyna, Beth actually got an elimination win. And that meant that she was the first woman to eliminate a man from the Royal Rumble. And she sealed it with a kiss. And there you have it, everyone. Some of the most unexpected kisses in WWE history. Can you believe some of the people that they had kiss on camera? Which of these moments do you feel was the best? And which of these moments do you feel shouldn't have happened at all? Or do you have an unexpected kiss that you feel should have been on this list? Let me know in the comments below, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time on the channel.